Hi guys, welcome to the latest vlog. Sorry I'm dropping stuff. I figured I'd keep this pretty short and sweet. Not a lot of actual art making in this one, but I do build some panels for a display wall for a tent. And then I set up my booth with my new panels, how it would look at one of my art festivals, and filmed that. And then filmed a little bit of like fun weekend stuff like candle making and going to the First Friday Art Walk. Sorry, the light just changed. So anyway, let's get into it. And oh my God, hold on. Is that better? Just feel like my face is still blown out. Anyway, let's get into it and I will see you at the end.
Hey guys, thought I would do a voiceover because it probably doesn't make any sense what I'm doing. So welcome to the voiceover. I have my laundry going in the back. Hopefully you can't hear that, but the panel walls are basically made out of this metal conduit. It's like electrical tubing, pretty much. Fun fact, burned through those gardening gloves making these tubes, the cuts in them, because it was, yeah, I would have had like no skin left on my hands. Anyway, and then this insulation and some wood furring strips and wrapped in carpet, which altogether is not a very hard construction, but when you do it 9 times over, because 9 panels is like pretty standard for a festival booth, it got to be a lot. So yeah, here I am cutting the foam and cutting out all the materials, and I don't think I show it being put together, but this is like the interior. So yeah.
Hello. Has it been a while? Yes, it has. Welcome back to whatever clip this is. I have no idea. I don't have my little microphone thing on me right now, and hopefully the audio is not going to suffer because of that. We'll see, but I haven't filmed anything talking in quite some time. I actually haven't even painted in almost 3 weeks now. I think this is like the 3rd week that I haven't painted, which just feels very weird because I feel like all winter long I was really painting and painting and painting and painting, so it feels weird to not really do anything right now, but it's kind of a nice break too. The reason I haven't filmed that much is we went to visit my partner's family for a week, and I didn't really film any of that because it's just, you know, family stuff. And then I have been building, oh my God, it has been a nightmare. I didn't realize it was going to be such a nightmare, but if you know anything about like festivals, you've probably seen these big display panels called pro panels, and I really want them to kind of elevate my booth look. I didn't realize how important your booth presentation, I mean, obviously I understood it was important, but I didn't realize how important it was going to be for jury scores. I watched a couple of mock jury videos where people in the industry went through people's submissions as if they were, you know, on a jury and looking at their submissions and kind of letting them know what was a weakness and what they could do better. And a lot of the focus for that was on the booth. And specifically one of them, they were like, oh, this one looks like a flea market. It looks, you know, really unprofessional. And I thought their booth looked fine. Like, granted, I do a lot of craft markets, so I'm used to kind of seeing the craft market look, but wow, they were tearing them apart. And I just remember looking at that person's booth and being like, that looks really good. Mine looks much worse in my opinion. So I decided to look into getting the display panels. They are quite expensive, and I also don't have a big vehicle. Like, I know a lot of people use vans to transport them, or, you know, I don't know if people have trailers or whatever, but I don't know how people are getting the big ones that don't fold in half to events. So I need the ones that separate. Maybe I can like insert a picture of what they are, but I need them to be able to split in half or at least be small enough to fit in the back of our SUV. And they're just so expensive. So I was like, I'm gonna make them myself because I am a do-it-yourselfer and I love a good project. If it's possible to be done, you can do it, you know, unless it takes some kind of really elevated knowledge, like specialized training, I could probably figure it out. So I went in with that hubris, tried to make them myself, and to be honest, I did kind of accomplish it. I guess I can insert some clips here or later of what I was doing, but it was a pain in the butt. The knockdown ones, the ones that separate, just did not work out for me. I ended up making one of them. It took super long, and everything I did to try to get the panels to hold on to each other just did not work. And I panicked. I ended up buying the knockdown panels from Pro Panel, and I'm still making the rest of the panels because the rest of them I'm just gonna make the full, 6 whatever foot panels that don't separate in the middle, and I'm just gonna try to sell them. I already have all the materials, and at that point I had like messed with them enough and like cut them to the point that I couldn't return enough of it to make it worthwhile to try to return it. So I'm gonna try to build them. I'm partway through. I have like obviously the 2 knockdown ones that could be used as like a table display, and then I have 1 taller panel done, and I have like 3 frames built, and 4 more to do after that. So still building them, but now the weight is off of my chest that I have to kind of get these like done and ready to go and make them feasible for my vehicle. Someone who has a big car, truck, whatever, can transport these just fine. So I am proud of how they're turning out. They're just not gonna quite work for me. So yeah, I got all the stuff for my Pro panels, all the hanging solutions and everything like that. I was hoping to get them in time to contact a couple of the like producers and directors of events that I had already applied to with my old booth image, just because it's gonna look very different than the grid walls and the layout that I had before. But I have missed some of the deadlines on them, unfortunately. But I should be able to get a few of the later summer ones fixed by the time I get the panels in and set up my tent and do a mock booth shot for them. I've been working on that. I have been playing my blue collar construction cosplay for like a week now. I am intending to work on them more today. I'm really itching to paint. I will say it is so weird for me to not paint this long, and I have 2 ideas of what I want to do next. They're kind of going to be partners. One will be of a photo I took in the Swiss Alps, and then I found a reference in the Austrian Alps, which sadly I've not been to, but I thought it looked really good with my photo that I have, and I have a plan for them on these 16 by 20 wood panels, and I'm really excited to start them. But I want to get this project done first because I don't want to have just chaos throughout my house, which is what I have now. There's just construction stuff everywhere. Wood shavings, like little pieces of foam. I found like the metal conduit tubing pieces. They're just everywhere. There was like a screw in the carpet when I was vacuuming. I'm making a mess basically, but I want to get that cleaned up so the house can kind of look normal. Figured I'd give you guys an update since I've been MIA. Not that you know of it, but I know I've been MIA in terms of filming, and hopefully we can get back to some art stuff here. But yeah, I'll show you what I'm doing with the panels. It's a lot. It's probably more than I bit off more than I could chew with those, but I'll see you in the next one.
And we're back to a voiceover. So my poor neighbors had to see me setting up my festival tent in a sports bra, but it was way too hot to be running around in anything else, even though I am wearing sweatpants, so it doesn't make sense. Also, LOL, my dog's behind me watching. I think they're pretty cute. But this is what my tent looks like. I was going on a run through of what it will look like with my new panels that I actually purchased, and spoiler, I think they look really good, but you'll see that in like 5 seconds. So let's do that next. Okay, you guys, that took so long compared to my normal booth setup, which is understandable because obviously I've never set these up before. Some kinks to work out for sure. I don't really know how my weights are gonna fit in here because well, those guys, you saw me putting them up earlier, they usually attach to the pole, but this paneling, I guess I could take you out here. The paneling literally takes up every square inch of the booth. I did figure out that my tent actually can go a couple inches higher. I didn't know that, but it in fact can, which I needed because these bars were hitting the middle bars, and then the top right here. But yeah, I'm super stoked about these. They're really, really lightweight compared to the ones that I had made, and they fold down really tiny, so I'm not worried at all about fitting them in the car, although I'm gonna do a test run of fitting them in the car as well. But yeah, so next up is hanging my art for the picture. So what I'm doing today is a mock photo for my applications. So you have to submit a booth shot for most of these fairs, actually probably all. I don't think I've ever not had to submit one, but for the art festivals, and I wanted to include a shot with my updated panel walls. And one thing I really love about these is these stiffener thing. Super nice. It definitely like straightened out the rest of it. I have 2 support bars that I'm also going to put up that I can hang lights off of, but I'm not going to do that for the photo just because I want the photo to be really minimal and clean. But yeah, it's getting hot already today, which is nothing to complain about. I've been waiting for it to get hot. But I'm sweating. I'm gonna take, well, sports bra and shorts, and I'm just sweating. So let's go get some art to hang up and get a move on, because I want to get this down. It almost looks like it might rain, and I really prefer my brand new panels not to get wet. So let's go. All right, it's set up. This took me so freaking long. I don't know if it's just because I hate change, but I like low-key kind of like flea market-esque one I had before. I love the walls, don't get me wrong, but I just think maybe it's because I'm a maximalist. I just think it looks so empty. And granted, for when I can have prints, like some art festivals don't allow prints, so I took this with and without that print bin. I just wanted to show that I do have prints. I'll probably turn this wall in. Sorry, I'm breathing heavily. It's 2 o'clock now, and I started this at like 9:30. I'm so tired, and I have to tear this wall down right after this. And I had to do like this one, these 3, these 2, and that one didn't have hanging hardware yet, so I had to like, oh, and these 2, I had to go in and, oh god, bee. Ah! Oh no, it's box on the bug. Anyway, had to go in and add the hanging hardware at the back so I could actually hang them up. Yeah, and definitely a learning curve with the new style of hanging, but here it all is. All of my life's work. Not really, more like the last winter of work. Yeah, I'm so tired. Now I have to tear this whole down. I'm hoping to still get a run in at some point, but it really, really looks like it's gonna rain, and I am not wanting to have to deal with all this in the rain, so yeah, that's it. Sorry I didn't film it, but I was kind of stressed. Stupid. So anyway, that's what it's gonna be like, but I don't remember if I finished what I was saying, but what I would do is pull in this panel, because I have another corner stiffener on the top, and I just like make this little room, put my sign on the other side, and then probably put a table. I have like a 4-foot table that I'll probably just stick on the outside with a tablecloth, and then put like 11 by 14, 5 by 7, 8 by 10, and then this will be 16 by 20s. And then it can be kind of like its own little gallery, because you'd walk in and this would be facing out right here. But yeah, that's it. I'll give you one more. Sorry, you're on. That was my foot, not my body, I promise. You're on a tripod, so this is hard, but yeah. That's it. I hope it's what they're looking for. Stepped in dog shit out here, man. God. And I'm like really terrified my tent's gonna blow away because I took all the weights off for the photo. So we gotta get going, man. Let's go. I'm trying to order huge prints. I have like a few 16 by 20s out here just to see the like quality, because the original size of the painting might not lend itself to being that big. I'm doing the math right now, and it's $43 to print a 24 by 30 for one print. One. Why is everything art related such an investment? Also, I'm back outside. The tent is gone. I spent most of today cleaning the house. It's now 1, 2, 3, 4, make a wish. But yeah, I cleaned the house for hours because it was a construction zone for the past few weeks, and it feels much more calm now that it's clean. But yeah, just had to share. This is why art sucks sometimes, because I just want to get some prints for my upcoming markets, and they are so expensive. Anyway, that's all. Look at my dog. Ugh. right, for the last bit before the outro, I'm just gonna make some beeswax candles. And these ones I dyed a really pretty like blue color, and I think you see that at the end when I pull them out of the mold, but it was a very nice, relaxing way to end the weekend. Enjoy the rest of this vlog, guys. See ya.
Okay guys, that's all. Next vlog will have more art in it, I promise. I've been doing a lot of painting lately and a lot of filming of that painting, which is a big step for me. So stay tuned for a little bit of that in the next one, and I'll see you there. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever they say. Thanks.